The Mpow T5 or M5 depending on where you live is an amazing... Wait, let me look for some fancy word real quick. Selamat pagi! Good morning everyone, Kenneth here, and today we are taking a look at the glorious, phenomenal, mind-bending, gargantuan... The last word is there because this is literally the biggest case I've had so far. It's not as big as Bose True Wireless earbuds though, but still big enough that I don't feel comfortable putting this in my pocket in any of them. We'll talk about that later. For now, I just want to tell you that I bought this myself secondhand, and if you have seen my unboxing, it is still in very good condition. So the reason why I had to do this because Mpow, I contacted them but they replied me only once but never again, and I cannot buy this anywhere in China. But fortunately there is one seller, just one seller that sells it in the secondhand market, so I bought it from him. Actually it was quite a good deal, not that bad. Okay, so with that aside, don't forget to click the thumbs up, subscribe, and let's start to the review. So by now you probably know that I start all my reviews with sound quality first because I hate to make you wait. So let's start by comparing it to its main competitor, the Sabbat E12. I think this is one of the more popular option in this price range, and now I know this Sabbat that I have is not the Ultra, so the sound could be better on the Ultra. That makes this comparison unfair, but I believe sound signatures should mostly stay the same, and I'll try my best to explain how the sound is different exactly. So comparing the Sabbat to the Mpow T5, it's not a night and day difference. The sound characteristics is pretty much the same. It's a balanced sound with slight bass boost. That is very nice to listen to most genres, honestly. But the Mpow feels more well-rounded across all of them. That's especially true when I'm listening to Love Story by Taylor Swift. I could really tell the instruments are well separated better than the Sabbat. But this song is actually the only one that I found the difference to be the most. On others, they're not that different. On EDM songs like Stay by Zed, the bass is tighter while still retaining as much detail and thump like the Sabbat. And in acoustics like Can't Take My Eyes Off You by Joseph Vincent, again, very similar performance, but the Sabbat presents vocal just ever so slightly less pronounced. But still, for these types of music, I would still prefer the Edifier TWS 1 or even the Transmart Spunky Beat. Those sound signature are better for these. But overall though, if you're listening to pop, EDM, rap songs, and stuff that goes with the beat, I would give the edge to the Mpow here. It has a nice sound signature that I think will appeal to a lot of people. And also I just want to tell you that I've put links to my review playlist down in the description if you want to listen to the songs. Go check it out. Talking about volume, this thing is very loud. Like literally the loudest one. But it's not that far compared to the Sabbat though. It's just like one click more over the Sabbat, which is one of the loudest so far. So if you have the Halo and you're disappointed by the volume, this will definitely satisfy you. For me personally, 50% on both of these is plenty loud, even for outdoors. 60% is max for me, and I couldn't stand listening 5 seconds at 100% in both of these earbuds. It's crazy. Now, if you have looked around my channel, you know I recommend the Transmart Spunky Beat and Halo GT1 Plus there. So, should you get the Mpow T5 over those two earbuds? The answer is, if I'm going to strictly compare sound quality, it's hard to say, I'm not really sure. I would be more than happy recommending either the Halo or Transmart, especially if those are your first true wireless earbuds. Aside from the trebly sound of the Transmart, the details and the soundstage are similar to this. They are that good. The only reason why you would want to spend up is to get the fuller sound, especially on the lower end, so you can hear the rumbles and the vibrations from, say, something like a bass violin or a bass guitar, which is almost gone on those two earbuds. So it's definitely a complete listening experience here, and you'll be getting more features too. which I'm going to talk about for the rest of the video. If you are coming from the, Halo GT1 Pro or GT1 or the QCYs, the sound quality jump to the Mpow would be more noticeable than if you go to the Sabbat. It's more onto the style and the features on the Sabbat. So now I have to leave it up to you. What kind of music are you listening to? Do you listen to pop songs, EDM songs, hip hop, and a little bit of rock or acoustic there? Then your choices should be Halo or QCY. Upgrade to the Spunky Pro if you want more thumpy bass, or upgrade to Mpow T5 or the Sabbat E12 Ultra, which actually Mpow T5 wins if you want like more fuller sound. But if you like the vocals to be the star of the show, even the Transmart Spunky Beat or Onyx Neo to some extent is an upgrade from the QCY or Halo. Or the next step will be the Edifier TWS1, which I have here, and finally the Lipertech Heavy is at the top. Keep in mind that these earbuds are all treble dominant, so they just have just enough bass to complement a song, with the exception of Edifier here. This one is more balanced with still prominent vocals. Alright, now moving on to the next one, build quality and fit. Let's start with the case here, and we definitely can't miss the faux leather here all over the case. It definitely makes the Mpow feel much better to hold than the glossy case of the Sabbat. You don't have to worry about fingerprints or scratches or whatsoever. It's really nice here. And branding is also nice on the top. Placements of things like this little spot here on the side for a lanyard. They include one in a box. It's super nice. And there's also a 4 LED battery indicator up front that doesn't light up when you open the case, but you can slightly pull the earbuds. It will light the battery indicators up. I find that to be pretty cool. Also, the hinge is quite nice because it can hold the lid open, unlike the Sabbat. Even if I do it like very gently, it just won't hold it open. So one more point to the Mpow here. The only thing I can complain is gonna be this micro USB port at the back. I would love USB-C or alternative way of charging like Qi Wireless, but sadly it doesn't have it. I don't think a lot of people will mind it though. And lastly, I guess I have two complaints now, is the size of the case. I would say this case is too big for me, and when you open it, it's just like, two earbuds put like very far apart together, unlike the Sabbat here, which very nicely put together. It makes a better use of space. This case just fits nothing but the largest size of pockets, like jackets here, or hoodies actually, or even I have to put it in my bag because I tried to put it in my jeans once and I'm not gonna do it again. But the size is not all bad thing. I found that I can use this case as a stand for my phone. This outer leather is grippy enough for it to not slide. Just put my phone there, put it on a table. It's very nice. Or because it's so big, you can open the case and put your phone right there. That's good, I guess. But definitely I didn't see this coming. Now let's talk about the earbuds. This is like a Halo earbud but made taller, so it's not too big, doesn't look too weird when worn, but it's definitely not flat to your ear. It can wiggle up and down, unlike the Sabbat. It just fills the entire outer ear, right? And the earbuds may get stuck into things like a raincoat or a helmet, so if you're putting it like this and taking the helmet out, these will fall very easily. Like it's gonna be there you go. I imagine if you're wearing a hijab, this could really stick out. And also, this is one more possibly very important. If you lie sideways on your bed with this on your ear, this will really press into your ear. So it gets super uncomfortable. Definitely don't get this if you do that a lot. But those are some side use cases. Using these for daily commutes on the bus, on a train, just sitting down in an office or my room or a class. This fits very well. The ear tips provided are really nice. I like the two-tone look here. But most importantly, it is dead simple to get a good fit every time. You could put the right side in your left ear and it just feels the same. The seal you get with this ear tips is so good. One thing you have to keep in mind though, this is one of those earbuds that blinks every once in a while, even when idle, even when music is playing, but it's very quick and faint. So even in a dark room, it doesn't light up the entire room. So I would still give this a pass, but again, it comes back to you. Do you absolutely hate it or are you fine with it? And also, one quick spoiler, because the Light Protect Heavy uses the same design as the Mpow, unfortunately, it does the same thing too. Finally, one last thing I almost forget to mention, these earbuds are IPX7 waterproof. So you can rest assured taking these into showers. I just tested it these past couple days because I wanted to make sure that I had a good understanding of how it sounds first before I try to bring this into shower. I'm afraid it'll die on me. I cannot get a new one. Oh, so far it's still fine, and this is definitely a selling point that you don't get with the other earbuds. Sabbat. Okay, next let's talk about the controls, and now we are at $50. We have to expect nothing less than the controls. You have to have everything. Fortunately, Mpow delivers. It's 1 tap for player pause, 2 tap on the right side for volume up, 2 tap on the left side, volume down, 3 taps on the master earbud for voice assistant, and 2-second hold either on the right side for next song, left side for previous song. So just like any other earbuds with Qualcomm 3020 chip, these has the ping beep found there, but here it'll beep on every action you trigger. So sometimes I don't feel it's necessary like in volume control, but it's definitely useful in a 2-second hold for the next song, so you know exactly when you can release the press. And yes, these are physical buttons, so there will be pressure involved. But I personally don't mind the pressure here. It's actually pretty good, and I found that if I use my index finger, push it down just like this, and press with my thumb, this eases the pressure quite a lot compared to just pressing directly like that. Or because it is so tall, you can grip the earbuds with your 2 fingers, press with your thumb, or like this, and then press with your index finger. You can do that, but personally I don't, because I just thought it's too fiddly. And also, if you notice, I said voice assistant can only be triggered by 3 tap on the master earbud. You might be asking, how do you know which side is the master? The answer is actually pretty simple. When you take both earbuds out, you just have to listen which one says connected first. So yeah, overall the controls here is super reliable, super intuitive, and as I've tweeted before, this is why I prefer button control over touch, since even when I'm wearing my jacket hood and gloves, I can still control my music, and that is just something I could dream of with the touch controls. Now, before going to latency tests, you should know that any earbuds with Qualcomm 3020 chip will perform flawlessly in watching videos, but not for real-time stuff such as gaming. So let's check it out right now. What you get with the Qualcomm chip is basically latency-free video watching experience, but gaming mode is not present here, so you will have 300 to 400 milliseconds of lag. Okay, so it's almost the end of the video. I just want to quickly say that this thing lasts forever. The size of both of the earbuds and the case is maybe for this one reason, right? Depending on your use, this whole package can last you up to 2 weeks. I just charged this once since like that time of unboxing. Let me check the battery capacity of this thing real quick, okay? I forgot to check. Wait, 800 milliamp hour? That's the same battery as the GT1 Pro, but it's so much bigger. Then how come? Actually, no wonder the Halo also lasts forever, but I think this one is helped by the Qualcomm chip, so the efficiency of the earbuds is much increased, even though the batteries are pretty much the same of these 2 earbuds. Maybe it's bigger also on the earbuds itself. But yeah, you can also get this kind of performance if you have the GT1 Plus. You have to get the GT1 Pro case only, and you put the GT1 Plus earbuds into here. It will work just fine. I'll make a video about it, and it's definitely a worth $10 upgrade. But let's move on and talk about the earbuds itself. So I played music with my iPhone 6s. It uses AAC codec, and these earbuds got a beastly 10 hours in 30 minutes. It's not 10 hours, it's more than what I can count with my finger at 50% volume. And remember, this thing is so loud that 50% is my outdoor listening volume. And if you still don't get how long 10 hours is, I started testing 8:30 in the morning and it finished 7 o'clock at night just waiting for this earbud to die. Insane? Yes. Unfortunately, I've heard that battery life drops a lot when using AppTech, so expect somewhere around 6 hours playtime, just like claimed in the website. If you have tested it though, I would love to know down below in the comments. Please let me know. And finally, let's get to the call test. Okay, so actually this is my second take of the indoor call test because I think I messed up with the settings on the previous one. I was editing and found that the volume was abnormally low, so I'm doing this again. So right now you're listening to my phone and I'm going to take these two earbuds and see will it pair to my phone. Okay, I think it switched just now to the Mpow T5. So what you're hearing right now is the microphone of the Mpow. I put them in my ear. I think, let's see, the left side usually is the master earbud. They have a feature here. I think it was on the TWS before. So if you hold any of the button here for 2 seconds, you can switch between this mic and your phone. So 1, 2, and you will hear like a, okay, no, not that one. So 1, there you go. So on the master earbud, you can hold for 2 seconds to switch the microphone between these two. So I think it's pretty useful when you want to use this because you need to talk louder or something, and then you're back with hold them just like that. And let me make sure it's not possible. Yeah, it's not possible on the slave earbud. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the indoor call test. Let's go outside and check how it sounds. Okay, so just as usual, now we are outdoors. Right now you're listening to Mpow T5. And sorry I'm using a mask here because I have to protect myself from the new virus thing. I hope you can hear me well. I hope this mask doesn't affect my voice in any way. Let's now switch onto my phone and okay, so right now it's on my phone. Okay, so there you go. This is the sound that's coming out of my phone. Anyway, this is the Mpow T5, and I'm gonna hold for 2 more seconds. 1, 2, and you'll hear like ding, indicates that now it's your phone's microphone. So anyway, that's pretty much it for the demo. I hope it sounds good, and let's get back upstairs and we'll finish the video. Well, this is it, the end of the video. So the Mpow T5, yes, it's got the best balanced sound compared to earbuds in its price range, but you don't get the looks and the compact profile of something like the Edifier or the Sabbat or the Halo GT1. Why do I take this? Anyway, speaking about GT1 Pro, I was quite let down by the amount of battery inside the case here. And let's check out how much battery is inside the Sabbat case, because I am feeling not good. Capacity 750 milliamp hour. A case like this has a battery of 750 milliamp hour, USB-C, wireless charging. It's just, oh my goodness, it's gone from very pocketable to barely pocketable. Anyway, if you don't mind the bigger case and the micro USB, this is still a very solid case. It feels good for 20 bucks, cheaper than a Sabbat, and definitely 20 bucks is not cheap. You can get a Halo GT1 Plus with that. All in all, great controls, great sound, great playtime and battery life, and one thing you don't get on any other earbuds, it's waterproof. You can take it to shower and have no worry about it. So I think it's a great option for a $50 true wireless earbuds, and definitely gets a recommendation from me. So what do you think about it? Do you have it, or are you planning to get it? Let me know down in the comments below. Hit me up on Twitter or Instagram, and that will be it for me today. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Kenneth, and I will see you in the next one. For 20 bucks cheaper than the Sabbat.